Okay, so it is Friday. So we'll bring you some cheer. I am Simply Butch. This is Butch On Sports. And again, or let me just say, thanks for tuning in. Now again, I'll say it. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, it's Friday, boys and girls. We'll get it together with some sports news that you really can't get enough of. Hopefully, we give you some sports news that you can use, not abuse here. So let's start off with a bang and a boom here. Okay, Dustin Byfuglien. Y'all remember him from Chicago. He's moved on to better things, like in Winnipeg. He's still a defenseman. He is very well feared, and he's a good hockey player to boot. And with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game, he snapped a winning goal in the goal. And hey, Detroit Red Wings lose again, but this time to a score of 2-1. Yes, Jeff Blashill was very, very annoyed, I'll put it that way, of Monday's loss against Carolina. Very annoyed. And he had him busting chops in those practices there. And he let it be known that, you know what, we're not doing what we're supposed to do in order to get it done. We're not skating, we're not defending, we're not appreciating the opportunities that is being given there, especially to the younger kids. I think he got a pretty good doggone relief. Maybe the first period, the Red Wings came out there flying high and shooting the puck. But then, you know, it had a lead. Andreas Athanasiou, he scored a goal for the Red Wings and made it 1-0. And it stayed that way for a while until the second period came, and then the Jets scored. Mr. Kyle Connor, University of Michigan's finest, and a teammate once upon a time with Larkin. He scored in the second period. Goaltending was at a premium. This is the 7th goaltender in the last 10 games that Detroit had to face who were the second stringer. Not the first string goaltender, the second string goaltender. And the Wings have the worst record of all the teams in the NHL. Not good. One of the happy spots of the whole doggone game tonight is Mike Green is back. He made his season debut after recovering from a virus that attacked his liver. He looked pretty sharp tonight, and believe me, if he can use any type of influence of all to get the players moving and the defense going, and our players shooting the puck, we will be in very, very good shape. Again, tonight the Red Wings lose to the Winnipeg Jets by a score of 2-1. They will play Sunday, 4 o'clock, right around the time that people are letting out of Ford Field for the Lions game. If I'm lucky, I might go down there. If I'm not, I'm going home. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. On Saturday, November 17th, to give us a change of pace right now, at the Kansas City Star Arena and Casino in Mulvane, Kansas, Superstar 2 Division Women's World Champion Clarissa Shields of Flint, Michigan, will defend her IBF and WBA World Middleweight Championship that will be looking to add to the vacant WBC title against Hannah Rankin of Glasgow, Scotland. That's supposed to be an official match, I should say. In 10 rounds, Shields is 6-0, 2 knockouts. Rankin is 5-2, 1 knockout. The battle will serve as a co-featured bout to the Brooklyn-born heavyweight champion Jarvis Miller of the WBA and World's heavyweight champion showdown against Romania's Bogdan Diuk. two fights will be broadcasted on DAZN, wherever the heck that's going to be. So I'm quite sure you're going to have some pay-per-view action there. Or a station that will cover that fight, such as a ESPN or Fox or whoever it may be, or someone online. That's a big favorite these days, online. Former champion and Brandon Rios will be taking on the Cardnolis brothers, Raymond Alavia, in a super heavyweight 10-round match as well. Two-time world championship middleweight champion Gabriel Rosando will go against Luis Arias. Shields was originally supposed to face, and this was started off in Detroit this past summer. She's supposed to face Christina Hammer of Germany on November 17th. But that bout was postponed after Hammer withdrew due to medical reasons. Hammer has been named a champion in recent during the month of her recovery. The two champions are now projected to do battle in the first quarter of 2019. Hopefully that's not in Germany, because that will be a fan favorite and a edge for Hammer. Although I'm not doubting Clarissa Shields can't handle that pressure. But again, that is supposed to be the projected fight that should be shortcoming, but again, medical reasons have avoided that. Detroit Lions are advising fans for this Sunday's homecoming game against the Seattle Seahawks to plan their route to Ford Field in advance, especially if you live on the east side, because eastbound I-94 and from I-75 to Conner Street will be fully closed. Okay, so hey, download some situations where you can avoid that particular way, find an alternative route, maybe leave a little early, okay? So you can download some apps, I'm quite sure, some real-time traffic updates, as well as a stadium wayfinder to get to the Lions game, okay? So I'm just letting you know right now that particular detour will be in action all weekend long, including the rain that's supposed to be coming and giving us a nice little shower. Okay. Of course, the Lions you're going to get encouraged. The gates open at 11 o'clock, and you can enjoy it and meet and greet the Lions cheerleaders and Lions legend. And the DTE Energy Power Hour will offer food and drinks and special blitz. Bud Light party zone there, a corner bar and grill, and all kind of other good stuff going on. And additionally, the first 25,000 fans arriving at Ford Field will be getting a tumbler, courtesy of Priority Health. Notice I say Priority Health because, this is the time of year that people can change their health insurance and all this other stuff there. Lions has really concluded their practice this week. They'll take a walk through tomorrow on a Saturday against the Seattle Seahawks, but they practice today in shorts at the team's headquarters in Allen Park. Lions will look for their third consecutive win, playing the Seahawks this Sunday. The contest will mark the first time since the two teams got together, which I mentioned this past Tuesday in 2015. That's when they met up, and most of you know the results of that particular game, where it was a referee called and the video just didn't go the Lions' way, although it later tuned that the referees and the video should have been overturned in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion, and the Lions should have won the game. But they didn't. So there it is. The following players are listed in Detroit Lions injury reserve report today. Theo Reddick knee did not practice. He most likely will not be playing this Sunday. Ezekiel Ansell's shoulder and linebacker Jared Davis' calf participated in limited practice. Running back Amir Abdullah's ankle and cornerback Darius Slate toe, along with wide receiver Golden Tate ankle. They participated in full practice. So we'll give you right now, Theo Reddick is statue. He is out, as I just said. Defensive end, Ezekiel Ansar, and also linebacker Jarek Davis are questionable. Questionable mean we'll see during warm-up time how they fare. Everybody else is live and will be playing in that particular game. Yes. Now, if you didn't get the score from Thursday night's extravaganza of NFL football, I'll give it to you. The Texans beat the Dolphins, and bad too. So, without further ado, we'll do what we do every Friday. We'll give you those particular games that are going on Sunday. At 9:30 on Sunday on the NFL Network, only on the NFL Network, you can catch the Eagles taking on the Jaguars in London, England. Yes, you can. I'll just tell you that right now so you can see 3 or 4 games that day. At 1 o'clock, these are the 1 o'clock games. The Broncos at the Chiefs. I'm picking on the Chiefs. And before I go any further, the Eagles will beat the Jaguars. They're in trouble, and I know it. But you know what? Blake Bortles got to do a whole heck of a lot more than what he's been doing in recent weeks. So I'm picking the Eagles here. We'll go with the 1 o'clock game, Broncos and the Chiefs. Broncos. Oh, might give some trouble to the Chiefs. I'm picking the Chiefs. So what? Okay, Browns at the Steelers. I'm going to pick the Steelers over the Browns. I'm sorry for a lot of Browns fans there. That's going to be a closer game than expected. Redskins at the Giants. I'm picking the Redskins over the Giants by a touchdown there here. The Seahawks at the Lions there. I'm going to pick the Lions. That's going to be a close game. Hopefully the Lions don't smell their wee-wee there. The Buccaneers at the Bengals. The Bengals look sharp, but the Buccaneers are looking a little bit more sharper and a little bit more heady with Winston at quarterback again. I'm going to pick the Bengals over the Buccaneers there. The Jets at the Bears. The Bears are going to win over the Jets this Sunday. Yes, I said that. Ravens at the Panthers. Panthers just lost oh man, hey, I don't know what to do with this one here. So I'm going to pick the Panthers over the Ravens here. These are 4 o'clock games. The Colts at the Raiders. The Colts and the Raiders are, I think it's something to be proved there. I'm going to pick the Raiders over the Colts. The 49ers and the Cardinals. I'm going to pick the 49ers over the Cardinals. I'm sorry. The Packers at the Rams. The Rams, this is going to be a close game. The Rams may end up getting their first loss of the season. I'm going to pick the Packers over the Rams. The Saints and the Vikings. And the Saints are at the Vikings. I'm going to pick the Vikings over the Saints. I'm sorry. And the Monday night game, that's the 8:20 game especially there. So you can see that live and in color. It's going to be great. Monday the 29th, the Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. This game gets me a little edgy over the knees because Buffalo has a very good defense there, but the offense is just not hitting the trail. The Patriots are going to beat the Buffalo Bills, but it'll be a closer game, hopefully, than people expect it to be here. And that's just plain and simple. I'll get to Michigan State and Purdue's going to be playing on Saturday. Okay. And if you didn't get the message there, both of them got a headache pill from the NCAA about their attitude. Michigan State also, in addition, got a $10,000 fine. Both coaches were recommended there. Didn't say any money amount in their recommendation or recommend, but I'm quite sure they got the same lip service from their actions of not stopping something that should have been stopped a long time ago and use their influence to keep the peace. Oh, well. Now, here's some more action there that I got to give you here because we just moved along here. MRI has just been completed. The Detroit Pistons won their 4th in a row on Thursday night. They had a day off today here to kind of get themselves together, but they'll be in action tomorrow against the Boston Celtics before they go to Boston on Tuesday and be on the road again. And, Luke Kennard was about ready to heat on up. He had hit 4 shots in a row, didn't miss a one, and all of a sudden he gets his shoulder banged on up. He had an MRI on it today, and it showed that the rehabilitation process will be immediately enforced. He'll be out at least 2 weeks. So that's a herder one for the Luke Kennard and the Pistons. But then again, they'll be in business tomorrow night at the Little Caesars Arena. Yours truly will be down there and have some fun. Let me get to this right quick. John Ziegler passed away. He's the former president of the NHL. They now call them commissioners, by the way, here, you know. But John Ziegler, he's from Michigan. One of the earlier rebels of the NHL. He was with the Red Wings for a little period of time in the 60s. Very nice guy, if you ever met him there. I was a kid when I saw the guy from afar. I've never met the guy. Never have met him. But I understand he was a very nice guy. He was a big key in the merger of the WHL and the NHL getting together and making it a bigger party than what it is today. He is the one of the expansion that brought teams in the forefront there. And the NHL has been a big party ever since there. John Ziegler is passed away, but he will be missed as a pioneer of the modern NHL. Speaking of pioneers, boys and girls here, there was high school sports to be had this particular weekend. Today was Friday. There were some games done up there, and I mean some upsets in the making. I'm going to try to get as many scores in as I possibly can, as long as I can be long-winded. Okay, here we go. Allen Park over Riverview. Alma over Big Rapids. Almost over Birch Run. Athens over Three Oaks River Valley. Beaverton over Maple City Glen Lake. Bellevue over Dearborn. Birmingham Groves over Birmingham Seaholm. Brooklyn Columbia Central over Quincy. Monroe over Brownstown Woodhaven. Calumet wins over Ispermeaning Westwood. Hopefully I got that pronunciation right there. Flint Beecher beat up on Carson City Crystal. Castle Polis over Vermontville Maple Valley. Cedar Springs over Gaylord. Centerville over Union City. Clarkston over Lake Orient. Clarkston Everest Collegiate over Waterford Our Lady. Clinton Township Chippewa Valley over Utica Eisenhower. Dearborn Fortson over Grosse Pointe South. Temperance Bedford over Dearborn Heights Crestwood. Decatur over Clement Scott. And here's a big one here. 86-50 is the final score. Dalton Kellogg's over Niles Brandywine. Detroit Catholic Central over Canton. Detroit Community loses to Allen Park Cabrini by 1 point. Detroit Country Day beat up Centerline. Detroit Denby over Detroit Osborne. Here's a goodie for you, boys and girls. Detroit Martin Luther King beat River Rouge by 1.7-6. Oh, well. Southeastern beat Detroit Public Safety Academy. DeWitt beat St. John's. East Lansing beat Hanslet. Edwardsburg beats Plainwell. Farmington beat Auburn City Avondale, or Avondale as they call it there. Wall Lake Western beat Fenton. Flint Powers Catholic beat up on Lake Odessa, Lakewood. This is an overtime score, and Midland Dow beat Flushing. Frankenmuth beat Richmond. Freeland beat Ramus Chippewa Hills. Trenton beat Gibraltar Carson by 1 point. Oh boy, and that was supposed to be a big one here too. Here, Grand Rapids Catholic Central over Spring Lake. Grand Rapids Christian over Grand Rapids North View. Grand Rapids South Christian beat up on Wyoming Goodwin Heights. Michigan Center beat Grass Lake. Grosse Ile loses to Chelsea. Harbor Beach loses to Saginaw Novi. Hillsdale loses to Blitzfield. Hollis Christian loses, they win over Augusto. And there's a lot more scores that I can name right now here. The time is getting short. I'm going to keep on going until I run out of breath here. Holland Christian is a winner over the Ortega goal. And I'm looking at it right now, blanking disputed score, so that might change on something there. That is not right between the two coaches or the two teams. Hopkins beat Berrien Springs. Hudsonville over Hollis West Ottawa. Hudsonville Unity Christian over Grand Rapids West Catholic. Ida beat upon the Dearborn Heights Robichaud. Ipanema beat Gwen. Ikaga, they lose to Millington. Jackson, they lose to Okemos. Jackson Loomis Kristen, they win over Napoleon. Johannesburg Lewiston over Merrill. Let's see, some home teams just didn't have what it takes tonight here. As Kalamazoo Hackett beat Columos. Kent City loses to Sagatuck. Kingsley wins over Taiwan. Lake City over North Muskegon. Lapeer over Grand Blanche. Livonia Churchill over Birmingham Brother Rice. No, let me repeat that. Birmingham Brother Rice beat Livonia Churchill. Let me get that right. I don't want you calling my house here right now here. Macomb, Dakota is a winner over Romeo. Macomb, let's see, Lutheran North loses to Harper Woods. Madison Heights Madison wins over Royal Oak Shrine Catholic. Houghton over Martin. McBain over Leroy Pine River. Middleville Thornapple Kellogg's loses to Battle Creek Central. Milan over Cody, a shutout. There's another score that was very surprising. Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central over Sand Creek. Montague over Fenville. Montrose over Hemlock. Mount Pleasant over Petoskey. Muskegon over East Grand Rapids. Muskegon Mona Shores over Grand Rapids Forest Hills Central. Muskegon Oak Ridge over Belding. New Loquap over Elton Pigeon Bay Port Laker. New Wago over Morley Stanwood. North Branch in a close one over Crosswood Lexington. Oak Park wins over Ferndale. Catholic Central over Olivet. Ortonville, Brandon, they lose to South Lyon East. Ottawa Lake, Waterford, they win a big game over Adrian Lewin Christian. Oxford is a win over Davison. Palmer Western in overtime over Mantua. Pigawa Westphalen, big one over Sao Rene, okay? And my final one right now that I can get through for the going as good as Port Huron Northern, beat up on St. Clair Shores, Lake Shores. I got another one here right quick here. Riverview Gabriel Richard beat Detroit Central. That was a big shocker indeed here. I got some more here right quick here in the downriver area. Wyandotte loses to Livonia Franklin. So their football season is over there as well. You can go on the website of the WHSAA, or Michigan High School Athletic Association website, and get all those scores there. There are some people who are going to be playing tomorrow. Another score. We just got this in. Ecorse in a blowout over Warren Michigan Collegiate, 61-18. Ecorse is still alive, and River Rouge is not. We're going to hear that for a long time here, at least 1 year. Oh boy. Oh my. I'm not going to hold this on up any longer here, but I tell you, those are some rebel words there, I tell you right now here. Let me give you this right quick here. We'll be on tomorrow night after the game. We'll probably be on a little bit later because yours truly is going to the Piston game. We'll get some sound about with the Pistons from the game, after the game, and some goodies from there. And a lot of good stuff there. And we'll do the Lions, and we'll come back on a Tuesday and give you all the good stuff on there. Or if you want to get a little bit of information beforehand, you can listen to the game on 95.1, Eagle 95.1, that is, there in Sault Ste. Marie. And I'll be on at 6:40 to give you all that highlights and good stuff there. So without further ado, boys and girls, hey, I'm out of here. We did a half an hour worth of show tonight here. I just want to let you know that Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. You can go to Facebook and get Butch On Sports on this. You can go to the game show on their website. Press a little tab and Butch On Sports will be there. You can get the goodies on there, along with all the other shows on there, the game show and with Scott Nason and Dave McKay, E.J. Russell, and a host of thousands there. You can also go to the game show at .popbean.com. How about iTunes? You can go there and get the goodies there as well. And how about at YouTube? You can get Butch On Sports on YouTube as well. So you don't have to be without, boys and girls. I'm just going to let you know that Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. We'll be back tomorrow night. So, hey, be there and have a great weekend and be safe, okay?